All right, what's going on, guys? This is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today we've got the MOA out here. This one's an RC4 drive Bully 2, and we've got a couple changes I've made to the car, and we're gonna see how they handle out here on the rocks. The biggest change that I've made is I've gone to 4S on the battery here to hopefully give us some more power to the direct power servo, and then also see if it affects our runtime at all. So this is a 4S, this one's an 850 milliamp. I'm gonna see how she likes it. The second major change that I've made is I am running the tires and wheels from my sporty car. And we're gonna see if this car prefers the G8 compound on these Proline Ibex tires. I'm gonna have to loosen a wheel nut on that left rear as it's kind of trying to squat out the car. Got it a little too tight when I was installing these wheels and tires. All right, ran back to the truck, got the tool, got it sorted. This was a fun line that I was playing on the other day, although I came out here in the evening right as the sun went down, so I didn't get much time to kind of explore this whole area, so that's kind of why I came back today. So just for fun, gonna run up next to these rocks. This is more nationals practice, technically. I'm gonna call it that. But I'm really just wheeling around, not necessarily dodging gates today. Just getting a better feel for the car. I want to be able to see things that I know it can go up, and overall just getting the MOA mindset, doing front digs, rear digs, all that good stuff. So let's see here. Gonna dip under that ledge, grab four-wheel right there, and hold on. These tires are doing great, loving them so far. They did awesome on the sporty, which is why I really wanted to try them on the MOA. I'm not gonna climb that ledge just yet. Gonna bring the car up a little higher, then turn into it. Try a dig. Front axle's getting just a little bit of a bind and it stops wanting to rotate that front axle. But when you go to front only, you can apply a little more power. You can also adjust the front to rear bias on my control too, so I can turn up the overdrive essentially. That would help with the binding too. Super clean, made that line look easy. Let's do a little bit of descending with this car. Something I don't practice enough, most likely. Keeping a little forward bias set in the controller, meaning that the front motor gets power before the rear does. So essentially, the front will get the throttle sooner than the rear does. So the front will get 100, the rear gets increments in 10% is how I have it set. So I can do 90% rear, 80% rear. So I'm gonna throw front only and stretch the car out low, bring it out to the edge of this ledge. I'm gonna let the rear roll by going back to four-wheel drive. Front only, just stretch it back out. Yep, set all four tires back down. Front only, four-wheel drive. Let's just make a corner at the end. Those are always fun. Nice. Right, so I kind of forgot to mention where we are. We are at Sand Hollow State Park. We are at the beach, actually within the state park itself. And what's crazy about this spot is that in the fall, the reservoir water levels get pretty low after the farmers use the water and all that for irrigation and whatnot. So this rock that I'm on right now is usually underwater. But due to low water levels in the fall, you can come out here and crawl what is usually underwater, and opens up new and unique locations. So I've actually never driven on this rock before, and it's pretty fun. That's the unfortunate part, is that you'll find lines you really like, and they're not accessible a lot of the time. But it makes them a little more special, and you kind of enjoy them for different reasons, I guess. That was the, I thought that was the bite I was after. Of course, I tried this off camera and I one-shot it and it was super clean and cool. And so then I was like, nice, I'll do a clip on this one. And then I can't get it again. All right, there we go. I need to proportion the rear a little bit again. And I keep mentioning that just because I have to remind myself that that's an option that I need to do. It's right here. Front left is clawed, front right, I should say. So let's do a rear burn. Diffed out pretty good there. Now we'll do a front, pull that front end into these rocks. 4-wheel drive. Lean into that front right a little bit, and she's up and out. A little bit different line than the first time, but sometimes that's how it goes. All right, here's a line that I played on the other night. Gonna find our way from the bottom, zigzag our way up, and up out the top. It's a good time. There's some pretty tricky ones in here. Let's get it done. All right, after some finicking with this obstacle and ended up breaking a bead. I had glue on wheels in the rear, and unfortunately one of the glue joints had separated. So I swapped out to the Predator tires that I had on my standard bead locks that I normally ran on my MOA, and I'm still running the G8 in the front. I've got Predator in the rear, which is kind of a weird setup. Most people run the opposite, but I think these G8s just get killer grip, and so we're gonna see if I can get this car to hook up like this, because so much of what these cars do come from the front tires. So here it goes. Yeah, this is gonna put my rear on a nice low line here. I think it's gonna work out good. That was the bite I needed. So yeah, you can see how low the rears are here. It's gonna help me climb up this right here. It should just bite in and pull up. It did last time I was here. I had to work this one nice and slow. Just kind of depending on where I was trying to get my bite from. Let's also throw a little bit of overdrive at it. A little too much. 90. I know that the Predator did this the other day. These kind of obstacles are really good for braking in tires, where you just have to sit there and spin. All right, come on. As I turn, it should hook and pull it up. I love the electronic dig on these. Just instant, works every time. It's awesome. And the way this dig setup works with this controller is that it shuts down. My car has 2 ESCs in it, and it will just cut the signal to the ESC. Okay, I'm up where I want, but the front didn't line up quite where I was looking to go. I want to go up the next ledge here. Yeah, there she goes. Took a little work, but it's a slick one, double ledged. Well, that sucked. I reset myself up on top of that first ledge. Holy cow, that reverse is touchy. All right, one last attempt here. Yeah, I just basically went more passenger out of the top of that. Now we got one last slick climb. It's gonna articulate us all the way out. Front left is in the air. Use front only to bring the front end across. Really getting a good bite there, 4-wheel drive, pull the car up, and up she goes. Heading out of here, come off a pretty decent ledge here, set the front down, just follow that little rib. Depending on where I'm steering, really affects how much the car pitched over. And we're up to the top. Took me a minute, but we did it. Here's one I played on the other day that didn't quite go to plan, and it turned into a really fun line. Originally I was going to come down and straight up the other side, but that wasn't working out, and I ended up chasing up this crack, which is not an easy crack. So let's drop down in here and see how the MOA handles it. Front only. I'm going to start swinging this thing around. Jeez, that was an ugly bind. Car did not like that. Okay, so let's go to rear only and see what happens. It's kind of just forcing the car. There we go, that might work. Now the front only again. Yeah. Just set it down, bring the front tire back up and balanced. Rear tire's just about level. Good enough to get going. So there we go. That turned out pretty good. I just need to stop that left rear from falling all the way to the bottom. And I think we're gonna pull it off. First try. Making that rear track by dipping that front right in. Nice, that was awesome. There she is, up and out. Like I mentioned, we are on the beach at Sand Hollow, so you do have the reservoir right there in the background. Beautiful shot. Drop this front end in. We're gonna go up this crack on the right side, which is super ugly. I was able to just get it the other night off camera, but now that I've switched some tires and stuff around, we'll see how she handles. A big part of getting up on this previously was getting squared up to the wall, because these front tires need to climb evenly. Otherwise it tips you way over like this. Look at that, the way it just climbed up that over vertical face. Now it's dangling. The car is more upside down than it is upright. That's the line I want, honestly. Just trying to sneak the motor past this rock, which we're almost there. There it goes, link's coming up. Oh, it fell off. So close. Tell you what, that was a hell of a first try. This is not an easy obstacle. So we're gonna try and line up just a little different. Front burn from here. It's just mostly sliding that rear down in there. Ended up a little too turned in here. Squared up to the wrong wall. amazing what these cars will do. Yep, that's it. Just looking for that hook. Not quite there. Still not quite there. Okay. That front right's biting in pretty good, but it needs to go up on the left side. Man, this is tricky. I want to get it on camera though. I can tell I'm getting low on my battery because my servo is really losing strength. That's the downside to direct power servos with small battery packs. Like this 850, you can pretty quickly drain it, so you'll start noticing your servo losing power pretty quick. Oh, come on, car, come on. That should be it. Don't want to get too excited or do anything too crazy. And it's up. All right, we did it. Whew. Yeah, just in time too, because I think this battery is about toast. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. So I'm gonna keep going out and playing with my MOA, getting more practice in. Hope you guys are enjoying the MOA content, as I don't run this car as often as my others on the channel, but that's all right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My name's Logan with West Desert Wheeler. I will leave affiliate links down below. Anything you purchase through there helps support the channel. I am doing this full time, so whatever you buy through there helps keep me out here on the rocks, and I would greatly appreciate the support. Also got a website, westdesertwheeler.com. I sell Axial Capra parts as well as cut and shut tires on there on occasion. It's just me cutting and gluing, so the inventory is pretty scarce, but if you get a chance, the cut and shut tires are awesome. If you have a car that would require something like that. 2.2, 5¼ inch tall. Wouldn't really recommend them on the MOAs. You could definitely do it if you wanted. There we go. Okay guys, we'll see you in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.